Hello beautiful people, let's get started with today's look. On my face, I used Oma Beauty's Tripping Smooth Face Primer. On the eyes, Urban Decay Primer Potion in Original. As an eyeshadow base, I'm grabbing my Juvia's Place I Prep I Prime, and this is in the shade number 2. To set that, I used my KVD Translucent Setting Powder. For today's look, we're going to be dipping into Oma Beauty's Salute to the Sun palette. I'm starting off by picking up the shade Warty. I'm going to be focusing first on tapping this, so I'm focusing it into the upper crease area. I'm going to make sure I really bring it in and extend it near the inner tear duct to elongate that area of my eye. Next, I'm grabbing the shade Red Ochre, and I'm going to focus first on placement, so just closing off that outer portion of the lid, bringing it a little bit into that crease shade, and then also focusing on building the shade up and winging it out. Grabbing my eye primer again from Juvia's Place, I'm going to be using this to carve out the lid space. So again, like I said, I'm going to be extending that inner portion near the inner tear duct. To set it, I'm going to be using my KVD Translucent Setting Powder once again. Grabbing the shade NWB. So I'm going to be focusing this on the majority of the lid. I'm going to leave a little bit of space on the most outer portion, but I'm focusing on placement using a flat brush to really help carve out that lid. With the shade Desher, that's what I'm going to be putting right next between that matte red shade and that shimmer shade we just put down. Going back into the shade Warty and Red Ochre, I'm first touching up the shade Warty. I'm using a smaller detail brush, so this is to help clean up the crease. Going back into Red Ochre to once again clean up the crease and also to help diffuse and blend out that shimmer shade we just put down. With my Oma Beauty Salute to the Sun eyeliner in the shade Chem, I'm going to start off by lining my upper waterline, so tight lining. Then after that, I'm going to start creating a wing. So this is one of those things that's going to take some patience. I'm putting down some of the eyeliner and then using an angled brush to help diffuse and smudge it out. The reason why I'm using this eyeliner is because it's going to help give it a more smoother, rich black as opposed to if I went in with a liquid eyeliner. In my Amrezy Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, I'm picking up this black shade called BK, and I'm going to use this to further diffuse and smudge out that liner. Picking up the shade New Yorker in that same palette, I'm going to be using it to get rid of the white cast that was there from the eyeshadow primer I had put down before. With a makeup remover wipe, I'm just going to go in and clean up the outer portion of my makeup. Moving on to the face, I'm grabbing my LA Girl Tinted Foundation. This is in the shade Walnut. Now I did apply color corrector, but I did that off camera. And now I'm just going in with my foundation and applying it to the skin. With a damp beauty blender that is damp with water, I'm going to go ahead and blend it out. To contour, I'm grabbing my Oma Beauty Double Take Duo Stick, and this is in the shade number 3. To highlight, I'm grabbing my Oma Beauty Stay Woke Concealer, and this is in the shade Brown Sugar T2. After allowing the products to sit on my face for about 10 minutes, I'm going in with my beauty blender and blending everything out. Grabbing my Oma Beauty Tripping Smooth face powder and my KVD translucent setting powder, I'm going to mix those two together, and I'm going to quickly set underneath my eyes because I don't want the area to crease. And the Oma Beauty face powder is in the shade Honey. Going back to blending out my concealer. You guys already saw I use my concealer, like the excess on the beauty blender, to help carve out underneath the cheekbones, and then the excess foundation is what I'm using to help diffuse out the areas of my concealer where it looked a little bit too stark in between the foundation that I had put down as well. So I'm constantly using the excess product on the beauty blender to help further blend out those areas and transition them more smoothly between each other. Grabbing my LA Girl Soft Matte Cream Blush, and this is in the shade Blissful. I'm going to be putting it on the back of my hand, using my finger to help evenly spread it out. And with a damp beauty blender, you can see how I'm pinching it. I'm going to be using that to apply my blush. So I apply, I'd say about like 2 layers. It really depends on the type of look that I'm going for, but I just apply as much as needed, keeping in mind that once I set everything, it is going to make the colors softer. So I just go in a little bit heavy-handed and apply as much as needed. So I'm grabbing the Oma Beauty Honey face powder and my KVD translucent powder, mixing those two together and setting all the areas of my face where I had applied concealer. To set everywhere else, I'm grabbing my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and this is in the shade Dark Deep. Grabbing my Colored Rain bronzer in the shade Naughty Spice, I will be applying this to all the areas that I want to bronze. I'm applying just the slightest bit to my nose contour. From LA Girl, I'm taking their matte bronzer. This is in Sunset Glow. And I'm dipping into that lower shade. Using this to further carve out and accentuate my nose contour. And this was one of the first times that I actually decided to use this product. And it was hitting. I was like, girl, what? Like, what is this? Like, it was hitting. So if you guys have seen more of my recent tutorials, you would know that I've been using this product for a while. And this was that moment where I decided, like, yeah, commit to that because that bronzer is hitting. Going in with my setting spray, fanning off for a little bit. Taking my beauty blender to press everything into the skin. Off camera I did my brows, but I used the Crankcase Dark Brown Eyebrow Pomade. I'm grabbing Oma Beauty's Salute to the Sun eyeliner again in the shade Chem, and I'm going to be using this on the outer portions of my waterline. For that space in the middle, I'm grabbing the shade Ertu, again from the Salute to the Sun collection with Oma Beauty. And I'm just going to build that shade up right there in the middle. In the Salute to the Sun palette, I'm picking up the shade Kespej, and I'm going to be using this to set the blue liner. Picking up the shade Red Ochre, I'm going to be focusing this on the majority of the lower lash line area. I am leaving a little bit of a space near that inner corner though, which is going to be for the shade Warty. So I'm going to pack that shade on, but then use a lighter hand in between those two shades to help diffuse and blend them out. And my Amrezy palette, picking up the usual New Yorker, and I'm going to be using this to help diffuse out that lower lash line, and also because it's close to my complexion to just help transition into those eyeshadow shades. From LA Girl, I'm grabbing their Jet Setter liquid liner, and I'm going to be using this to create that inner fox eye look. I'm going to make sure that I also bring this up onto my upper lashes to help with the falsies that I will be putting on later. From Oma Beauty, grabbing their Jama Bomb mascara and applying that. Off camera, I will be putting on Juvia's Place Nubian Lash, and this is in the style Cleopatra. From Juvia's Place again, I'm grabbing the Saharan Blush Palette Volume 2 and picking up the shade Tau, which I will be applying today as my blush. From Oma Beauty, I'm grabbing their Salute to the Sun Face and Body Highlighter. This is in the shade Quartz Glow, and I'll be applying that to the back of my hand diffusing it out with my finger and applying it to all the areas of my face that I want to highlight. After that, I will be picking up the shade Notting Hill and just showing you guys what that highlight looks like. And I will be applying that on top of the highlighter that I just put down. And that was when I knew, once again, that the body highlight plus a regular highlight, like, it's creating some magic. I love to see it, so I had to indulge. And for lip liner, I'm grabbing Melt Cosmetics. This is in the shade Edible. And on top of that, I will be applying my Maybelline Super Stay, let me get this name right, Super Stay Matte Ink. This is in the shade Cocoa Connoisseur. Because I felt like I lost a little bit of that definition to my lip line after I applied the lipstick, I'm going back in with my lip liner to help define out that area. Grabbing my setting spray once again, I'm going to be applying this and then fanning off for a little bit. Using my beauty blender to press everything into the skin. And I'm grabbing that Quartz Glow highlighter. I'm going to be applying it to my body off camera, and here is a completed look. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Bless up, and until next time, sending out much peace, love, and enlightenment. Bye, guys.